Welcome to podcast episode number 36. It's all about the experience. So we don't have a whole lot going on today. I just kind of want to talk about the schedule and what kind of planned with all of that. What's up, Richard? Let's see, you're on here. So I finally I figured out how to do this podcast through two platforms at the same time, since, my stuff decided to take a jump in the hole, what seems like everything these days that happens with it anyway. So I had to make a fake Facebook profile just so that I could run this through that. I see I got Dwayne on here. He's not here. He is up by the border, but he will be joining us. It looks like he's actually getting pretty decent reception as well. I'm just going to run over the schedule real quick. I know a lot of people have been asking, what we got going on for a schedule. Let's see if I can find it here. Thing is I'm still waiting on some shows. Some of this stuff is not confirmed. Crazy amount of talking and feedback. And I might be getting feedback. Is the talking really loud? How about now? Is that better? You getting feedback still? Here, let me hit this button. Is that better? It's good now? Alright. So, sorry about that. I had it on the wrong setting or something. I don't know. Maybe it's picking up my headphones. I'll be at them if I'm not out west. I appreciate that, Richard. You guys will be seeing Richard around more. You can find him usually because he's got his whole body tattooed. We'll just roll with that. See if I can find my schedule. There it is. So I got a few, and I'm only going to talk about the ones that have been confirmed so far. But I know that we're going to be in Hillman, Minnesota for Mudfest, the 24th through the 26th. What's up, John? I'm still waiting to hear back on Memorial Day Madness, but we're hoping to be on the ground talking to drivers, interviewing them, doing like the B-roll stuff. Derby Nation has the contract on that, so obviously we can't film it. First week of June, we're going to be doing the Side-by-Side Kings. If you guys like to ride side-by-sides and you want to get in on a long ride and have a good time, you can look them up. They're based out of Reamer. We're going to be going and doing some pictures and video and interviews and stuff with them. Recently I was told I had my schedule backwards. I'm going to blame JP for that. But we got Low County Fair the 13th, 14th, and 15th. It'll be a mud bog on the 13th, which is a Thursday. I'll let Dwayne talk about more here in a little bit. On the 14th, we got... this is where I have it messed up, but the 14th is a Baja race. Apparently that had to be just changed. And the 15th is the demo for the fair in Baudette. And if you guys want to go support a good dude, you see JP, he's announcing full arena a lot of the times. He will be announcing in Rapids this year and quite a few other shows from what I'm understanding. Then we go into the 15th as well. We'll be splitting up that weekend. There'll be a demolition derby in Motley, and then we're still waiting on that one. Can't talk about that. We got Benson's Bog Days the 21st through the 22nd. Oh, I pushed that too fast. I'll let you guys read that while I'm reading this. But Benson Bog Days, that'll be in Cohasset, Minnesota. That's a big part of Dwayne's stuff. He's been doing that for quite some time. If you got any questions, he's the man to ask. Richard says, awesome group. I've dealt with them since the start. If you need any info on Side-by-Side Kings, you can contact Steve at the Reamer Motel. You are 100% correct. Good dudes. Go for long rides. During, we won't be there on Sunday because we're going to be heading to Wadena from Benson Bog Days that weekend and going to the Wreckfest Truck Derby. if you got a truck and you want a derby, that's their, I believe, their highest payouts. What is it, $4,000, Josh? I think you're on here. $4,000 to win that one. Good show. Full Arena is then again the next weekend going to be in Long Prairie, and that'll be the King of the Prairie, I believe it is. I don't have anything to pull. I don't have anything pulled up on it right now, but that's a big show for compacts and full-size cars. It should be pretty good. Then we have another one. I may have to split a crew up as the same day as the Long Prairie one is Just for Fun Motorsports, and that'll be Rugby, Minnesota. 421-500. Gotcha. So yeah, that truck derby's paying out big. $4,000 for first, $2,000 for second, $1,000 for third, and $500 for fourth. That's a pretty impressive payout. But yeah, the Rugby Derby, that'll be on the 29th as well as Full Arena. We're gonna have to split a crew up probably if we're gonna make that. Then we got Full Arena just picked up the Water Carnival in Detroit Lakes. We'll be there. Little Fork race is actually the same day, so I'm gonna have to figure out if we can split a crew up for that to go to their Baja race, their Bush race. I'm not sure which one is which. I believe it's a Bush race. Then WFO has one in that same weekend on the 14th in Fertile. And then the next weekend we got WFO with in Thief River Falls. And the day after that is the North Dakota State Fair. Still working on that. Boss hasn't given me a yes or no yet. Really pushing to try to get out there to film that again this year. Then the 27th, the week after, we'll be going to Perm, Eva Destruction. And gonna try to make the Becker County Fair, but as of right now, it looks like we can only make the second day, won't make the first day. Going into August, we got we'll be hitting the Brainerd Baja in Crow Wing County Fair. We'll only be able to do one day because the second day we'll have to head to Bagley for the Bagley beatdown. That'll be on the 3rd, and then it looks like we got a week off, and then we'll be going to the Vets Ride in Reamer. But at the same time, we still got the Grand Rapids Speedway Enduro, the Leroy Tranby Enduro. I must have missed one. Oh yeah, the 14th all the way up in June will be the Grand Rapids Speedway Enduro #1. That'll be on the 14th of June. August 16th is the second one, which they have dedicated to Leroy Tranby, who was a big part of the track, everything like that. And then, so if you guys want to see a good one, usually the fair one's pretty good. And then and not everything's finalized on it, but there will be a demo in Grand Rapids on the 17th. So we'll go 16th Enduro, 17th the demo, and that'll be being put on by Full Arena. Things are still being hashed out. That'll be, I believe, is going to be called the High Octane Mayhem Derby. So if you guys want to support what we do, come run our home show. And then appreciate everybody that ran last year, and I'd like to hope to see you guys again. And then we'll be going back to Brainerd on the 24th, and then the next two shows will be Full Arena. The one is going to be the border battle in Breckenridge, and the Borderlands beatdown in Baudette on the 31st. Now you can go to these guys' pages if you want to know payouts, stuff like that. The Grand Rapids stuff isn't quite up yet for the Enduros or the demo, because they're still hashing some stuff out. September 7th is going to be the third Enduro for Grand Rapids. And then the next show will be a week after. That'll be Full Arena Promotions in Hankinson, North Dakota. That's that Pirate Trap Club Derby. That's an amazing show. I don't know what is in the water over there, but those guys get crazy. I've seen cars lift, was it 4 or 5 feet off the ground when they hit? That would have been, I always want to say it's not Sear, it's, I'll think about it. Then looks like we'll be heading to work alongside No Limit. Is it No Limit Images? I can see you, Dwayne, shake your head. Is Brandon's No Limit Images? Okay. So yeah, we'll be working alongside the No Limit Images over there at the Built to Beat North something shootout. That'll be in Cambridge, Minnesota. I should have wrote it in this. Then hopefully I haven't heard back from Central Burnett County Fair yet in Wisconsin, in Webster, Wisconsin, but definitely aiming to hit that show as well. Then going late into October, we got the Full Arena Promotions end of the year Otter Tail demo party, cleanup show. So it's Orth, yeah, you're right, it's Orth. That's who put that guy 3 to 4 feet in the air. It was pretty amazing. And the last thing of the year so far on the schedule is the Halloween Night Ride in Reamer, Minnesota. Now this is all tentative. It can change. It may change. Things may drop. Things may come on. I don't know yet. What's the date on the cleanup show? Josh should be faster to answer that, but I can look right now, actually. Maybe I'll beat him. Nothing. That'll be the 12th. The 12th of October. I know you got to get there. You got to keep that trophy. And then I'll scroll up here and answer some stuff. Chad, good evening. I believe they got 8 spots yet for compact class at the North Dakota State Fair. Sounds good. Yeah, if you guys want to get out there, I know Brady Murphy was talking about it. I'd like to see him get out there. There is a bonus for having the tallest headers on your car in tech. I don't know. But if you've seen Blizzard Bash, that Derby Nation TV sponsored car had some look like ape hangers on them, which was great. And are you going to be at the Water Carnival in Detroit Lakes, possibly bringing a car if we have anything left from Walhalla? Yeah, no, I'll definitely be there at the Water Carnival. I was planning on being there prior to Full Arena getting it, and still going to be there. Let's see. And I think that's it. I think we're all caught up. Not sure 100, but 12th. Yeah, it's whatever. I don't know what the 100 is. Yeah, that's it for the schedule so far. I haven't put it out yet. I want to make sure I finalize some stuff before I put that out, but then you guys will be able to see what's going on there. Let's see. Well, I got Dwayne on the line here. I might as well bring him in and see how he's doing up there. I got to set this up. God, I'm way behind. I'm just doing what I do, giving you guys the low quality that you ask for. Let's see. You ready, Dwayne? And all right, he gives me the thumbs up. And of course, I'm over here effing around. All right. Here's Dwayne. I wish I had a friggin' video for him. I never would have thought I would have had him on the other line here.
Here you probably will.
There we go. Hold on.
You got me?
I forgot I got to have these damn things on. So.
See how you are? I've been yakking at you the whole time. I knew I was on there. I just didn't know if you could hear me.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you. It's only playing whatever I'm on. So, Dylan Ovid, I believe first car through tech with biggest header. There is a prize plus a bunch of for Mad Dog prizes. Thanks for the update.
The state fair one, yeah.
100% low quality. It's got to be low quality.
That's us.
Josh says I stress too much about things being too low quality. But, so what do you got going up there?
Well, we were in rare low quality form again today. I come up here for a different kind of derby today. JP and the boys, Robbie, Ruby, and Scott, and the whole bunch had a fishing derby today on Lake of the Woods in Badette Bay, and then they had a little party going on afterwards. We didn't stay for the party. I stopped and took a couple hundred pictures that you'll get to edit here once I get the equipment back. Sticking with true low quality standards, we ended up charging the GoPro to a maximum of 3%, so I didn't pull that out. We'll have to get that hitch figured out before we go any further with that one. But I got some pics, and I got an idea of. I think we're going to cut a promo for that deal on Monday when I leave. So
Okay.
that's what I got going on up here. Now I'm fishing.
It might need to be swap batteries or something. Maybe that battery's not happy about getting cold.
Yeah, it's something. We'll figure it out.
Oh yeah, Carter says there's a good mud bog in Verndale, Minnesota, April 26th to 29th, called the Downtown Home
Down
Mud
home.
Bog that we almost go to
Good
every
bunch
year.
of people. I've run that one a couple times.
See, I don't even know what the. Of course, I exited out of my schedule already, but let's see, I don't even know if we're busy that day. 26th to 29th.
I don't know. They usually have like 3 of them a year. Down home does.
Yeah, that's in April. Hey, we'll have to see what's going on at that point in time. We don't like it to get rolling too early, but at the same time, it's always good to go get some mud trucks.
That spring one's a pretty cool one. I've been to that a couple times.
So what's the word on the street up there?
What's that?
What's the word on the street up there?
Brewer.
Is it muffled? There we go. Jesus. All right. So apparently I dropped internet for a second there. It's straightened out though. Dwayne, if you want to join back up, I should be good now. Anyway, we got a bunch of stuff in order. We also got some bigger things we may be announcing soon, but that'll be a separate podcast. Just trying to move forward with some stuff. I'll be picking up a third camera for the lives, so we'll be having a third angle closer down, more focused on catching the hits, stuff like that. I don't know, is there anybody even in here? I haven't checked. If you're in here, give me a holler. There he is. There's Tanner, so somebody's in here. Yeah, I had a major drop in frame rate and had to restart the same one stream here. Let's see. Well, Dwayne didn't get back in anyway. But I can see everybody. I see Chad's back in. Sorry about that. It was a big pause, I'm sure. Just low quality stuff, man. I'm pretty excited about getting footage of Mudfest again. Really going to be focusing a lot more this year on doing like driver spotlights, interviews. One thing I really want to put out there is during the live streams for the shows, if you win your class, I want to try to get you in the booth and have people get your car off the track. I can take these off. But if I can get you guys off the track, or you guys can get your car off the track and get in and interview with us, it doesn't got to be a long one. It'll be probably a pretty quick one. Obviously, adrenaline stuff's going to be flying. I don't know what happened to Dewey here. I'm sure. Let's see if I can get him. Oh, that thing's got a fan on it. I didn't know this thing had a fan on it. It must be getting hot. It pooped the bed. Yeah, no, I definitely pooped the bed, but it was on my end, I do believe. I had a pretty heavy drop. But you can join back up if you want. Dwayne's up there doing fishing stuff, getting some pictures. GoPro was not having a charge. I tried to charge it all night last night. I thought it was my issue with the charger cable. I charged it a bit today, got 1% out of it. You might have to pull the battery out, try again, or swap batteries, try it. Otherwise, that's about it. Any big announcement we got, like I said, is going to be on another podcast with the people involved, and My computer was down for like a week. Something with a connection on the graphics card went down. Now, without the graphics card in it, I don't care how fast your computer is, you can't edit with it. So anything, I wasn't able to get a garage interview out last week. It should be out tomorrow. That'll be with Brian Gunderson. I talked to Ty today from Build the Beat about trying to meet up with him next weekend if we can, and doing a garage interview with him. We are going to start hitting some more of these mud guys. If there's anybody down in the Cambridge area that wants to sit down and do a garage interview with us, please get a hold of us. Definitely would love that. The more people we can hit while we're down there, the more worth our time it is. Okay, well, Dewey's back. I got him on here. Oh, he's took his shirt off, so I'm going to bring him on for you guys.
Took my shirt off. I did not.
Skins versus shirts, buddy.
Yeah. I don't know what happened here. It's an all-tin fish house, and for some reason everything just glitched.
Well, I dropped frame rate down to 0, so I'm not sure. Am I going to Carnage? Isn't that going on right now, I thought? Or is that next weekend?
No, that's tomorrow, I think, isn't it? Today?
I thought it was.
Maybe it's next weekend.
Maybe. No, I won't be at Carnage. I'll be watching. I wish I was going. I'd like to go with the Elliots down there and kind of document the trip. But it's hard to go.
Should we watch party it?
We could. Isn't it like a Thursday, Friday, Saturday? Or is it just Friday, Saturday?
I think it's next weekend. Starts on Friday.
2-day. Yeah, there's no way I
Friday,
can make
Saturday.
it even on a Friday. Too much driving.
No.
Work doesn't...
we might want to watch party it, though.
Work likes me to ask for a month ahead of time. We got Cody on here, and Cody's somebody we're going to go talk to as well. He was on the winning team for Blizzard Bash on the national side. So it's 1 show on Friday and 2 on Saturday.
Yep.
Gold Rush, I know, is packed up this year. They had trouble getting cars last year, but it sounds like they got 100 people waiting. Yeah, capital city. So did you catch any fish up there?
He froze again.
Am I still frozen? I do got to bring that up, Cody, because it is pretty awesome. That's all I'm saying. That's a big show to win. And you guys went out and did it for Brady, and it was awesome. Whoop. He's gone. But I don't know, like, is there things that you guys want to see that I'm not doing or I haven't been getting around to, whether it be in cars more or I'm just trying to get more content out there that you guys want to see? So I'm just kind of throwing poo at the wall and see what stinks. Or it sticks. Everything stinks. But I hope to see a lot of you guys out there. I know I've seen Cody a few times. There's a couple questionable shows about whether I'm going to make them or not. A lot of them are, the internet is awful. I completely agree. Rains a little bit and it goes out. Everybody's freaking out because their AT&T was out. You know how it goes. Well, Dwayne, if you don't get back on, that's all right, bud. We'll just roll with this from here. Ice is getting a little thin, I noticed, so there ain't going to be a whole lot of ice fishing, which for me, with my job being a garbage man, I am not complaining. I'm sure the resorts are not happy. I'm back this way. Life sucks from here. That's all right, though. It did work pretty good for a little while there. I was surprised, considering where you're at. I've been looking for, if you guys know where to find any cheap luminas. I mean, this guy right here needs some. I think I got a couple cars lined up. We'll see what happens. Got some word on some other ones. I know there's a guy from Wadena who is going to be hitting quite a few of the shows that we're going to, and I know some of you guys really are. If you guys are tending to follow us around, let me know, because I want to get spotlight videos. I want to get interviews. If I were going to be seeing you more times than not, I know like the guys that follow Full Arena, there's quite a few of them that I want to get interviews with. I've got so much footage of them, and I've never been able to sit down and talk with them, especially now that we got better microphones. Makes it a lot easier. Jason's in Florida. What are you doing in Florida, Jason? Better be sitting on the beach for me. I was down there one time. I went to Pensacola. I wasn't very far in, just the panhandle, but I mean, it was 75 degrees, 74 degrees, and I think the water was 75 degrees. It was like getting in a bathtub. It was amazing. One thing I didn't know, though, is white sand beaches squeak, right? Because it's made out of shells, broken shells. But it's like pretty much sand, and you walk on it, and it sounds like when you walk through Walmart, you know, and your sneakers go wee, 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 wee. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Pretty cool if you've never experienced it. Try to get down there and check her out. Been a few years since I've been down there. Wouldn't mind going back, that's for sure. Guy just got back from work the other day. He was on a cruise out, I want to say off the coast of California. Went down by the Baja and stuff. Telling me about it, making me a little jealous. Boss has got a place down in Mexico he goes to. I mean, I feel like I'm the only one that doesn't go on vacation. Went to drag races by Freedom Factory today and seen Cletus McFarland. That's awesome. Do it for Dale, buddy. Do it for Dale. But yeah, reach out to me if I know I had told people I was going to send stickers. I haven't sent them. I did send off all the cups today. Every cup that I had left, including the drawing ones, I sent those. Those are gone. I do know that a few of the people that were going to be in the calendar should be receiving their stuff soon. Their hoodies and their hats. That was what I said I would send their way. Yep, saw his Oreo car there. Your stuff just left today, Austin. I piled up a bunch of stickers in there. I apologize for that. I was trying to figure out when I just didn't have time to get there, and it seemed like every Saturday they're only open between 10 and 12, and of course I just didn't make it. Dwayne's here on vacation all winter. Yeah, but you don't go anywhere warm. You should see his tattoos starting on his legs really starting to come together. So he's got up to his ankle, not done, but getting there. Looking pretty cool. I want to go do that someday. I'm not sure if you're talking about going to the factory, the Freedom Factory, which I absolutely want to do, or if you're talking about going to Florida, which I absolutely want to do that too. I'd love to go back there. We were going to go to Daytona. We ran out of time though because we drove down. It took us a week. We were only in Florida for 2 days. Turned around from Florida, drove up to Smoky Mountains, and got ridiculed about the fact that they're big hills and with trees on them and not mountains. But it is what it is. Still beautiful out there. Definitely do it again. Roads are like bobsled courses out there. Thank God it doesn't snow there very often. Otherwise it'd be pretty quick go down. You had to put your skates on your truck. See a lot of fast, sweet cars in Largo, Florida. Hell yeah. Oh, wrong one there. I don't really got a whole lot to talk about tonight. I've just been editing like crazy. The Danger Ranger 500 with Cletus would have been one for the bucket list. Oh, I agree with that. I used to watch him when all he did was make shorts of of him in his Corvette when he was a lawyer. It's funny to watch how fast he grew. I mean, that's what happens when you get around good people. They just, as much as I've like High Octane's growing is just insane. I really appreciate everything you guys do and so how much support you give. I mean, most of you guys are on here nightly. It's Cody, Austin, Jason. Let's see. I know Tanner's been on here quite a few times. Dwayne's on here once in a while. Dylan, Ovid, Matt's on here as well from St. Cloud. I mean, it's always awesome seeing everybody and the support that you guys give. Let's see what we got. We should all decide an event to go down there and go at the Freedom Factory. Oh, that'd be a blast. I completely agree with that. I like the fact that he races Crown Vics. Did you watch the Danger Ranger at Bristol? Oh, that was a rollover. There was a rollover in that. That was pretty good. Wanted to go to Freedom Factory or Freedom 500 in a couple months. Yeah, that'd be fun. His exhaust whistles on the Corvette to see if it sounds like a turbo. Yeah, that was funny. Hey, all the harmonicas he'd put on there, blow them out. Yeah, speaking of Bristol, I'm not even going to get into it because it seems like there's a lot of controversy on that. But if you guys have all seen it, the was it Demo Entertainment Motorsports Organization? Pretty sure Cletus canceled it for those rollovers. Yeah, probably. That's an interesting thing that's going on. Hopefully the big guys ain't gonna fight because I love seeing all the events. So I'm just a media guy, though. I don't have much of a input on any of that. I just hope that they hammer down and nobody wants to make all the money. Then it should be good. But either way, it's not my deal. We got I got the third camera coming. I am upgrading my live equipment as well. It should give me the ability to do 3. So if I got my 3 cameras running, and I hit, because I got a replay button on this, see? And but it only does one screen at a time. Now, apparently, I can, with the other equipment I have, I can actually do a replay. It'll just save it, and I can bring it up whenever I want, but it'll actually record all 3 cameras at the same time. So if Dwayne's scratching his butt on one camera, and there's a crash outside, I got 2 cameras that are going to be picking up all that, and him picking his butt. So yeah, no, it definitely split up the world, Cody. I agree with that. I mean, I hear one thing, I see another. I don't know what to think about it. I just watch. Biggest part I couldn't understand is why they came out saying this is for the the county fair guys, but it's a show none of us county fair guys could afford in a short time period away from Blizzard Bash and Gold Rush. And that's what I mean. Like they mentioned something about not attacking other organizations and working together, but I feel like they had a specific goal in mind. Not my business again, but that's what I feel like. I don't like that kind of stuff. It feels like another promoter that I know who you don't. I'm just saying. Gold Rush and Blizzard Bash I thought were too close together, because that's, if these guys kind of all separated away from each other a little bit, but had it on the off season, I feel it would do better than it is doing. It would stop the I chose a side, you choose a side type of thing. You know what I mean? It's just go. If you're going to run or you're not going to run, that doesn't mean you can't support the other shows still. But what do you put? Oh, they also, Austin, they were talking about they just wish all the county fairs would die, and I get what they're talking about with that. There's a lot of county fairs that kind of need to die for the rest of it to go up. The cars are definitely getting harder to find, which would give more cars. But in all reality, if you think about it, are those people that are running these bigger classes actually going to find those cars that these guys are running at the county derby? So who knows? I want to go to one national show this year. Who's inviting us? Damn it. Right? We might. I can't even talk about it. Maybe next time. Hey, Elliot is here. Take this guy down to Carnage. I would love to go with those guys. I would absolutely love to go with the Elliots down there and document that. Problem is I don't think I have the ability to go this year. But I know next year the possibilities of everything that's coming up could hopefully slingshot it to the point where this is all I'm doing. And if this is all I'm doing, I will be going with on those trips and documenting these, like when Cody, when you went to Blizzard Bash, to be able to come out and see you a few times and get video of you working on the cars, talking with everybody, and then going all the way down to, say, Blizzard Bash in Kansas, in Topeka there. That would be fun. I would absolutely love to do that. But not just one person, but all of them. I mean, it would be absolutely amazing. I'd be able to do shows on the weekdays that I wouldn't normally be able to do. Sent you a picture of me on the messenger with Cletus behind me. I invited him to come race at our local enduro. He did not. Jason, you're looking like a creeper right there, bud. Looking like a creeper. I got you now, Cletus. Yeah, Cletus is working on Leroy. I'm all for big shows, but 20, 30-hour hauls are 100% out of the question for me and my budget. Yeah. I mean, I think from here out to Gold Rush for me was 12 hours if it was a straight drive from my house. I made it in 9 hours, but we're not going to talk about that. North Dakota is always a fast trip. We got windows popping up again. See, so I can't see who's on any of these lives. I can only see, I see a lot of people are on the Facebook tonight. I don't know if anybody's even on the YouTube. Last time the only YouTube was the only one that worked with Crashed It. I got some people I plan on bringing on here. Today was just a day I've been trying to catch up with all my editing. I didn't want to run this way too long. I mean, we're at 21 minutes now. I can't believe it's even been that long. My dad has been being a huge supporter with all of this, and hopefully I get to bring him out to some of these shows. It would be pretty fun. I should add in an extra day for whatever shitbox I haul with breaking down. That's always a good deal. Like, I don't have a truck, so I can't even make fun of it because I can't even haul a car. Hopefully. In the future here, when we get a media rig set up, I'll be able to haul a trailer in a car, whether it be I'm still filming and other people driving, or me or Dwayne are driving, or it'll kind of come down to the point we can talk about what we thought of the show. I mean, we're probably never going to say anything terrible about a show, but you'll know the ones that we like the best, most likely. I know it gets asked a bunch, but which North Dakota shows are you planning on hitting up? So, let's see, I bring it back up here, and there it is. So, I know for sure that rugby, I don't know what's going on with that. So, rugby will be a show that I can't, I don't think personally I'm going to be able to make, but I can send somebody, a guy to film it. And by then I'll be able to run lives in 2 places at one time. Let's see. Yeah, it stopped zooming in. Jesus. I haven't heard anything about Botno. If anybody who's running Botno, if they're running Botno, I know that I have it on the schedule of where it should be, but I don't know if it's actually running or not. Haven't heard anything. I do know that the rugby one, I'm trying to make that one, but with Long Prairie being the same day, I'm like I said, I'm probably gonna have to try to send somebody out there. And then the North Dakota State Fair Derby, I'm still discussing terms and conditions with my boss of what I'm gonna have to do to take it off. hopefully I'll be able to just not have to do my other job, maybe focus on this and be able to in the future, and who knows when that'll be. What's up, Emily? I hope you've been well. I finally got the cups sent off to Austin, so he should be getting those pretty soon. And then, if I remember right, he said he had Granville too. I don't think I have Granville on this schedule. But that's a later in the year one, and the last time I checked, I think I had it open. Let's see. Yeah, I don't even have it on in my schedule right now, but I was looking at it. If I can make that one, I will. I don't know if it's on a Sunday or a Saturday. Those also make a big deal right now for me, considering that I got to work early Monday morning. Like I said, for those of you that know, you know. Very cool. Austin, don't forget, you have some credit to utilize towards a part and service with Murph's Fab and Repair. Yeah, if you guys are getting all ready for your September. Oh yeah, I won't be able to make that one. I got 2 shows on the 21st. And I don't think that's one that I can split up. I'm trying to do it, but I can't. I only got so many legs and so many wheels. And how's it going, Dustin? Hope you're well. But I'm trying to get to the point where I got 2 moving groups all the time, and with announcements that are possibly coming in the future, I might be able to do that. Right now, it all comes out of pocket. Hey, Justin, you went down to the Beater Bash today? If you did, how did it go? Oh, Jesus. You don't have to inhale it. You just got to huff it. And it'll F you up. Fab Rat guys would be cool to invite too. Melvin 32, I don't know who that is. Fuel pump went out. Well, at least you figured it out now. Hey, you're coming to Rapids, right? So Rapids is running trucks, full-size cars. Well, I can't say for sure 100%, but from what I understand, it's going to be trucks, full-size cars, compacts, MWFA, and there'll be autocross there. So all you enduro guys that are looking for a little bit extra way to try to make some money, you can run autocross with your enduro cars, and you don't have to do anything to the car. It fits in. You can actually build a little bit heavier if you really wanted to. But if you want to get out on the track, support the Derby, and get to do some racing, it's about like enduro. You can bang, hit, crash, or anything like that. Bono should be June 16th, as far as I know. Yeah, that's exactly what I got it down for. That's what I have it on there as. I just don't know. I haven't heard anything, and we can make that one. It's a heck of a stretch, but I do believe if Motley finishes early enough, we can go straight from Motley with full arena and head straight there like we did last time. Only I think this time we might actually get a couple hours of sleep. So it should be good. How's it going, Sean? Sean Solon had ran the Botno last year. Good dude. If you ever get to see him, make sure you say hi. He's an awesome dude to chat with. You know what? I haven't really met that many bad people in the Derby world. Only a few, and they didn't wreck it for every one of you guys. You guys are awesome. Randall, I have yet to order your hoodie, but I did order the Platinum Winners hoodie, and I sent that with his cup as well. So that'll be on its way. I'm going to start sending tracking numbers. I know Shelby, I sent her cup. Hopefully it doesn't go to the wrong place, because when I searched up the address afterwards, it was trying to tell me it was somewhere else. But it was the one I got. And then I searched it again, and it brought up their house, so I don't know. My teenage years Derby and probably ruined it for a few. I could be a bit toxic. We all can. We're all young, dumb, and full of drama. I will go with that. So, yeah, no, it's good to have you on here. It's there's a whole lot going on tonight. Unfortunately, I wish I had more for you to really watch and listen to. I just want to try to get back in the rhythm of being on here every Saturday. I'll start bringing some people in. If I get out that way, I'd love to get you into a garage to do a garage interview. I know you got a lot to talk about there. And yeah, if any of you guys are looking to do like a garage interview, it doesn't just have to be Derby. Well, hey, look at there's Bob. Bob, you can't do that. I changed up the intro for the podcast. I still have not got it finished. That was a half hour is all I had to just flop a bunch of stuff together. I'll get that fixed next time. It'll be the right one. And as far as teenage years causing toxicity, but I think we all were there at some point in time. I think there was even one point in time I apologized to anybody I may have upset with the way we were in those teenage years. But no, it's all gas, no brake these days. That's all we do. Yep, yeah, Jacqueline, that is this Sunday. I would like to get back out there. Last time I was out there, Sean was running it, and the cars put on a pretty good show. I know Sam was there on the wall. Hopefully this time I'll have a different vehicle, so I'm actually able to lift up in the air, so I can really get a good view of that. And I could do a mailbox interview. Don't need people seeing how underbuilt my cars actually are. Yeah, right. You probably stuff them with concrete. You don't even need a car for the interview. It's just you could just have an empty garage, or that works too. But I want to get your guys' stories out there. I want to get people get to know who you are and things like that. Game garage will be up in about a month. Slab is getting done week of the 7th. Well, let me know, Justin. We will. I know I'll be heading down that way. I got to get over to Detroit Lakes and talk with Brady Murphy and Emily, and then I got to get over to Gemini Strelow's house. I know me and CJ Zacharias had talked about doing it with him, so there's a lot of he stuffed it with packing peanuts. I heard it was pool noodles. Apparently that's illegal. Thanks, Obama. But yeah, I mean, like, I'll be trying to track down through, I know I'll be going through Henning at some point in time here. I'll be going through Parker's Prairie. I've got to get down all the way down to Clinton. I'm going to be doing all kinds of stuff. So I'll be talking to a lot of people, and I would definitely love to get everybody on. Fueled by Haters uses pool noodles in the frame. That is illegal. That is illegal. You can't stuff anything in there. Tanner will have to ask his parents. It's at their garage. Yeah, it's whatever you can do, and it's not just Derby. It's, you know, whether it be it depends on where we're going, really. I mean, I guess the best thing I can do is give everybody a heads up of where we're heading, what weeks, and people would have to reach out, and then I'll have to figure out from there what to do. Obviously, if we have a bunch of people, we can't do everybody, but I know I'd like to get a bunch of mud guys. We're starting to get mud's going to be the first thing that really kicks into full swing, and that's going to be something that I'm going to have to hit. I'd like to hit. I know in a couple of weeks, like I said, I'm going to be going down and seeing, or maybe it's even next week. I think it's next week, going down to Cambridge and talking to Ty Torgerson and with Built to Beat, and see what he's got going on this year. I know he's in the middle of a strip down. He might have the motor back in his rig by the time I get down there to talk to him. But he's got a lot of stuff going on, traveling out to like New York and running truck out there and stuff. That'd be awesome. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be strictly mud when we go to Cambridge. It can be Derby. It can be, you know, all kinds of things. I don't know where everybody lives, unfortunately, so I mean, it'd be a lot to really try to figure out. But I mean, if it's along the way, if it's not that far out of the way, definitely would love to get everybody together and do those interviews with people. There are legacy interviews that I want to do that I think they're going to end up being separate from the garage interviews, and that's going to be families, like, so if your grandpa or and your dad or your dad and you and your kid, or just that legacy generation. I know, like, the Butlers, I'd like to sit down and talk with the Butlers and the Elliots, and I do believe we're going to be going and talking to the Andrews. I'm staying with Compacts for promoter class in October. I don't even know if he's in here anymore. I think he is, though. I think he's sticking with that stock 6-inch weld compact promoter class. You do legend interviews? I tried to, but it's so scary. Like, I just stand there. I don't know what to do with my hands, and that's not even me that's supposed to be doing that. But yeah, I might swing in and do one in Josh's garage. I know that you can actually see the floor in there now. See, Josh is still in here, so you can... Yeah, Josh, are you guys still doing compacts? What's going on? You're not answering the question. Okay, he is. He is doing compacts. I hate the delay in this. If you think about it, if it's 5 seconds to get to you and 5 seconds to get back, it's a 10-second delay. So I'm going to start producing and selling these. One thing I haven't even talked about it. I did reach out to a company, and they are making me 12-inch stickers and 24-inch stickers. They're not super cheap. They're pretty spendy. But I will have them for sale. If I sponsor a car, they'll be getting the stickers on it. They're going to be laminated stickers and non-laminated stickers. So that way, the laminated stickers are... I'll tell you in a second, Cody. The laminated stickers are for, like, your truck windows or your car, your normal drive cars, whatever. Your unlaminated are going to be for your derby cars, because they're a bit cheaper, and that's why they're unlaminated. So they get messed up. So you can't see who is in here. Can you see how many people are in here? I can on my phone. There's 15 people in here right now. I don't know what's on YouTube at all. I can't really see that. Let's see if I can go back. I don't even know if I can see my own live. Oh, I can. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, nobody on YouTube wants to watch. So, but I come back. I got service again, so I'm back. Gotcha. Josh is out super truckering it up. Keep her moving, buddy. Keep her moving. I did read through all your shows, Josh, about what's going on. I don't know if you've heard anything back from Rapids yet, but I do know that Grand Rapids is in the process of getting a contract set up with Josh, and he'll be running that show. The board did vote it in. It's a little bit different build from the one previous year, but hopefully we see all you guys that I see all the time. I hope you guys come up and support it. It would be awesome. I was on YouTube and Facebook, but when you lost connection, I thought it was me and reset everything. Yeah. I don't know what happened there. I still don't know. I don't know why it would even start dropping. I'm right in the middle of town. I have good service, so it's just acting up, I guess. But I mean, it's only uploading like 151 kilobytes a second, and I do believe what happened to Tyler. Tyler, it's quite it's a gamble, and it was just a decision that he had decided, and that's it's not a big deal. I was hoping to see him come back, but it is what it is. I still get to see Tyler at his other shows, so I will see him there. Nah, and it's no bad blood, nothing like that. So Tyler's a good dude. Yeah, it's kind of funny because right now Um, I can see your comment on here, but I can't see it on here. And normally I can see it on here and not on there. So maybe things are acting up. Had to get that fake profile, make my Facebook work. I do know that in the future, tell them why. It was a bit of a haul for Tyler. Him and his guys weren't quite feeling it, I guess. Any word on Grand Forks, North Dakota Derby? Hoping they have it end of the year instead of during the fair. Seems to be same as Walhalla every year. Yeah, it's the same as Grand Rapids too. That's or not Grand Rapids. The same as Benson's Mud Bog, and I don't have RVIG. No worries about that. Yeah, no, it definitely works better for me in the fall than it does in the springtime. I don't think Grand Forks will ever happen again. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea about that. I know that we may be hearing about some other tracks running derbies this year. Yeah, I don't have RVIG. Grand Forks definitely works better for me in the fall, though. Great. Normally, my busiest month is July. This year, it is June, and it's nuts. It's that leap year. Leap year messed everything up this year, so a bunch of fairs jumped a week forward. I do know with the way Minnesota runs its fairs that everybody was struggling to get fairs, and so some of the fairs had to move their dates to new dates. Grand Rapids stayed the same as always, the third week of August. Yeah, like I said, as far as like the politics of talking, what promoters got to talk to fair boards, I don't know very much of any of it. I just kind of I'm along for the ride. I know fair boards can be a pain to work with. Some are not, but very few are not. Grand Forks had a good turnout after the race season. I thought that was supposed to be my first ever show at 14. Car didn't make it. The show stopped that year. Oh, I'm sure they'll kick it back up. They definitely have a nice racetrack for their fast track with soda. I don't know if they race with soda or what out there. I do know. The guy was telling me a story about one of the sprints losing it, flying up and landing on a pole, which I thought was pretty cool. What do we got going on here? Got a bunch of windows open. I don't know, but if there's any, you guys got any other questions? Do you want any ideas? I do know that my hoodies, my hats, these hats you can only buy at full arena shows. There's also going to be some new stuff coming to the full arena shows for High Octane. If you guys are looking for merchandise. You haven't heard any, Cody, as far as I know, I haven't heard anything about like I normally would from Brad. Yeah, I met Brad when he's out there. He's a pretty good dude, but I can imagine. Josh says he believes they are having a show with WFO from his understanding. I haven't heard anything. I know that Tyler was talking about it a bit earlier in the year. He's been a busy man. I haven't had time to talk to him. He had surgery and all kinds of stuff, so. Is Melvin 32 running Botno? I have absolutely no idea. I was there the night the sprint car parked perfectly on top of the telephone pole. Wasn't an ass in a seat afterwards. I bet not. That's a pretty exciting thing to happen. He said they had to leave the car there overnight because they didn't have the equipment to get it down. Thought that was pretty cool. Brad the chip guy, he delivers to us in Pembina. There was a response. I can't bring that one up. Yeah, they do awesome on their track. I mean, probably one of the best prepared tracks I've ever seen on the ground. I mean, they got the equipment, they got the know-how, and they put a lot of time in it. He was explaining to me, I think they work it almost all week long. Good track. But Oh, Dustin's Melvin 32. Gotcha. Now I get it. And we'll have to wait and see. Oh, Brad Singh, part owner of the track. Gotcha. Yeah, I met. Yeah, that's the one I met. Pretty good dude. I don't know. There's all kinds of classes running this year, all over the place. Yeah, there you go. Josh has got it. I can't bring it up, but Tyler has a bunch of stuff going on and decided to step away from it. He plans on being there to help. Just a business decision, from my understanding, and it is because Grand Rapids hasn't had a demo that's been decent. I mean, I was going to release the demo we had for the Enduro. We took Enduro cars and a bunch of, like, I think 10 cars came out and decided to crash her up. So, but before that, I think it was like 17 cars or something like that. But it was always pretty bad show. People filled the stands. The stands didn't fill up like the last time. I mean, it was definitely hard on Tyler, for him to travel all that way, and then the previous shows made it really, made it hard to make money. But definitely not. There's no bad blood there or anything. It wasn't like he just was like, screw this, whatever. He took some time to decide on it. He was trying to really decide if he wanted to run or not. Of course, there's people saying things behind, to him, or to people trying to start drama, but they don't realize that we're all pretty close, so we don't really got to deal with that too much at all. We just deal with stupid people trying to start shit. But as far as that goes, I think I am going to wrap this up for the night. I was going to plan on having Dwayne on here for a little bit, and his internet's as bad as my internet was. So, but I appreciate you guys all for coming on here, and yeah, don't shh me. Hopefully I can get over to Botno. I definitely like being there for that derby. I like meeting everybody. And as far as right now, I'm pretty sure that I have the day open. It's going to be a heck of a drive and little sleep the night before, but I should be back. We should be able to get home that night by 11 o'clock, so at least there's that. That makes life a lot easier when I got to go to work in the morning. Dwayne's got to work in the morning. If I wake up when I'm supposed to wake up, I'll be at work at 5 in the morning. If not, I'm late after 6. So what about rugby? Rugby is definitely a show that if I end up having somebody go to, I'm going to have to send another guy to film it. They're not going to be able to do everything that we are trying to do right now for like the in-between cleanup, commentary, stuff like that. And yeah, I'll read that in a second, Josh. But I'll have to send another guy out to film rugby because of everything getting messed up because of the leap year. Yeah, I mean, Josh hit it right on the head. It was 100% professional business decision between two promoters. He wants to stay small. I want to expand and reach more people, and that's he does. I kind of begged him to come run Rapids to begin with. He did tell me he didn't want to really grow too big because it becomes a lot. He is very happy with the shows he's got and the drivers he's got and everything else. So I do appreciate him coming up here and running the show last year. And Dwayne says, just proves we all work together for the greater good of all. That's exactly right. Like, I don't want any, and I know it's been said that Josh and me or Josh was plotting to take it. That didn't happen. There was nothing like that. Josh would never even walk into a show that another promoter has. I've watched him turn down jobs because he didn't want to try to take it from somebody. If it's happened, it was completely accidental in any of the times he's been there. But I watched him turn down a very big show in Minnesota that you guys all know. I'm not going to say names, but he was asked to come, and he goes, is there a promoter there right now? And the person goes, yes. He goes, then I don't want to touch it. He goes, if there's no promoter and you want to come talk to me about it, we might be able to work something out. But he is not going to be trying to steal the show or anything like that. If you guys don't get to rugby, the wife and I will probably be there and can film. Yeah, no, like I said, I'm pretty sure I gotta have a guy sending. I'm gonna be buying another unit like this, but I'll be sending this one out to rugby with another guy to film with a camera, and then I'll be filming my own show off to there where I'm gonna be I'll be a Log Prairie filming that one that day. But the guy that I'm sending out there is a good filmer, so you guys just got to make sure you try to put him up high so you can get a good view of the track. I've worked with him on the basics. He's actually the one that filmed during when I ran demo when I wasn't behind the camera, and I thought that turned out pretty good. He's going to be with us a lot more this year. I got a lot of stuff to make sure he's trained on, but he's got a lot of knowledge and be moving forward. I am going to end up probably needing people on and off through the year. I know. Yeah, I'll read that in a second. That's a lot. That's a letter. Oh, now I forgot what I was going to say. So I'll just roll with it. We were with High Octane Media, changing the demo world. We have big plans. Just trust. There's huge changes in our world. Follow the payouts. We're making things better. Trust our process. Big news coming. And there's very big news coming. Multiple fronts. It's going to affect a lot of things, but it's going to be good, I think, for everybody. And the payouts, Josh's payouts at his shows go up every year. And I know not everybody in here runs his shows, but if your fair or your county fair that you're running it never brings up the payouts, it's time to talk to them about making a change and bringing their payups out. So at least a bit. If they made money, they should be putting a percentage of that right back into the Derby, just to bring the payouts out. And I know that a lot of people are going to say it's not about the payouts, but I know that some people, it may not be about the payouts, but if you win more money, $2-3 grand, what's a rear end cost on one of these things? I think I heard Josh say it's very expensive. It's more than a late model, almost twice as much as a late model rear end for Wissota, which is not cheap. I think the guy that told me it was like $6 grand, and that's without axles. But if you're going to buy a rear end for your Derby car, or then you got sliders and you got steering shafts, I hear Sky High is really good. I know a lot of guys that just swear by Sky High steering shafts, and but then you can buy these things. I mean, they should be doing something to help kind of push back into the show. And see, they could even add more places for payout. Big payouts turn into a sandbagging show. They do. But if you're a promoter on the wall, you also control the sandbagging, because if you walk out there and snap a stick for somebody who's sandbagging, everybody else is going to see it. And if you don't give a warning, you just walk. I mean, you give them one warning, and the next time you see them sandbagging, snap their stick, or don't even give them a warning. I don't think they used to. They just snap their stick. You ain't driving. You don't deserve this big money. That falls on the promoter more than it falls on the driver. The driver's only doing what he's allowed to do, just like he does with the rules. We're building the village, my friend. It does. We're trying. We're trying. Before we met Josh and Tyler and JP, none of these guys really knew who I was, who they were, and each other were. We didn't really know who anybody was, and we all just started working together, and we're shoveling forward, trying to move as fast as we can. Payouts is a big thing. My postal for the Kansas car was $8,000. That's crazy. I'm guessing he said payouts, but car prices are going up. I've been looking for a W body. I'd love to get my hands on one. The one Josh built is no longer functional unless the motor's good. I might have to borrow that. I know I found a couple Luminas, but they don't have motors, I believe. Yeah. Oh, some of the stuff's posted twice. Yeah, Cody Hoffer, you heard that part. I don't know what you guys are talking about. But yeah, it's definitely like working together. We're trying to help out as much as we can. Unfortunately, we're only two guys in a scissor mobile rolling around with a camera and trying to get things out there. I do know possibly in the future that our videos might do more. They might affect the shows we're going to more in a very good way. We're going to be working on the same level possibly as some of the bigger companies that you guys know and have probably heard of far before me. But we want to try to make everybody famous, and that's where we're heading. W Body's here running 1500 crusty. Oof, God. We need 3 W Bodies and a metric GM ASAP. Cody's a bagger. Cody, you get so much crap for being a bagger. I've seen him bag and I've seen him not bag, so I mean, I'm not going to push on that one at all. Yeah, no, I got some cars I got to go look at. So no, and you're definitely right, Cody, on that. Now, can I ask you a question, Cody? Because I know that, and we've talked about it before, where if the show is a good payout and you want to win, you said you will beg, right? So what happens now? What happens now if, you might get your stick broke for begging? Are you going to beg? I guess that's the best question to ask drivers, because I don't know. I guess I go out and wreck my car. I mean, I'm not going to win, but I'll have fun doing it. I'll have fun wrecking my own car. There's Gemini. You guys are doing great work. Keep it up. Really appreciate that, Gemini. We'll be coming to see you as soon as we can. It blows my mind where we're at right now. 3 years ago, I've always had a plan to try to get somewhere, but 3 years ago, meeting everybody and working together and just this stuff is just nuts. I think I work on this stuff way more than I work my job, so hopefully this just becomes my job, so I can do a lot more. There is definitely, like I said, a lot more plans in the future here to improve on our end. Let's see here. A whole bunch of stuff came up at once. So Cody, the hard part is there's sandbagging and there's driving smart in some places that gets confused. Yeah, I mean, as long as you're making hits, but I mean, I like watching Blizzard Bash or not the feature, but the consolation for Gold Rush with all them teams in there. I mean, you get 3-4 cars, along a line, along a wall, up by the wall, or by the skinny wall, and they just keep backing up, and backing up, and backing up, and they're just kind of hanging out. And I get it's driving smart. There's a part to it, but some of those guys, they wouldn't hit anybody at all, like barely. They'd just tap and they'd try to save their car until everybody else was wrecked, and then they'd do it. Winter Slam put an X on the car and make you sit for 20 seconds while everybody slams on you for bagging. There's different ways to take care of the problem. I just know I don't know what works. I'm not a promoter. I tell myself every time, make this one last, get some money. Then if the POS even makes it to the track, I junk it in 2 to 3 hits. Yeah. Thankfully, Josh welded the front of my car pretty good. Cody Huffer, you aren't going to bag if there's a sandbag ferry. Oh, Jesus. We talking like bodysuit and pink dress and all, or what? Just think some shows before us, total payouts were $8,000 for 10 plus years. Now 5 years later, $20K follow the people building. I completely agree with that. Like, if the shows are building and the shows are getting bigger, definitely follow. Try to support the ones that keep growing it. I think one of the biggest issues personally, and I guess we're going to get into some of these controversial issues. It's been an hour. I still want to go at least a half hour, possibly, if I can, unless it gets boring and you guys are sleeping. But one thing that I really, really want to talk about that's controversial is tech. So tech, right? I see a lot of different promoters, and let's see with a lot of different promoters, I see a lot of different ways of teching. I'm not gonna even put. I got upset with a promoter recently and let out some of that about their promotion, but normally I won't say anything about any promoter. I don't really. It's not my business. I film the show, and whatever the video looks like on camera. But there are promoters that I have worked with that I will no longer work with because I can't promote something that is really hard. And it's been a few different places, and it's not all places. I mean, some of the places I don't end up going back to is just because it doesn't work out on the schedule. Let's see, Gemini. With payouts going up, they need to pay a Mad Dog, pay a good Mad Dog, which would help. So the Mad Dog, like I've seen Mad Dog trophies. I know Josh don't run one, and I know he's told me why. Because it comes down to more of a opinion. Because I've seen people who should have got Mad Dog not get Mad Dog. I've tried for Mad Dog. I didn't get it. But the guy that knocked himself out did, and he was wailing too. So I mean, it comes down to opinion. It comes down to who you thought did better, and people lose friends over that. So I mean, do I like Mad Dogs? I sure do, but I definitely would never want to be the guy that chooses the Mad Dog ever. Dwayne, I used to destroy a big car in 90 seconds for the chance to win $300. Yeah, but how much was that car? That's what it comes down to. How much was that car? How much were you able to fix it? It was destroyed and went to the junkyard. I mean, I just seen a Crown Vic the other day, an old 90s Crown Vic, square body, that was rust free, and they only wanted $600 for it. That's the cheapest I've ever seen. Normally I see those, they're looking at $1,500, $2,000. Way out of my league. Like, I would literally have to take a loan out on my credit card in order to get something like that, or go to the bank or something. Like, I don't just have $1,000, $2,000 laying around ever, you know. When I buy my equipment, upgrade my equipment, that's why I've been trying to figure out a way for either sponsors or crowdfunding. I mean, I don't like to charge promoters because there's a lot of media guys out there that charge a lot of money to these promoters in order just to get their name out there, and it doesn't even guarantee anything. So I try to keep it out of there. If you're paying more than one, helps fix controversy. Yeah, this is true. Yeah, you ain't wrong. I guess I've never seen one with two Mad Dogs on a show before. That is a good thought. We had an 85 Marquee on Facebook other day for $300. Just needed transmission, no rust. Well, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, that's a pretty good price. I seen a couple of them in the Enduro up here. Seemed like they usually had fuel problems. Mad Dog was referring to. Yeah, no, I got you. 2 Mad Dogs is in one event would be absolutely insane. The North Dakota State Fair did a good job with the heats, letting them go early from the heats. I think a lot of people with social media are all friends, so when a promoter picks a Mad Dog, sometimes it is considered favoritism. 100%. Like, I completely agree with that. I've seen it. I mean, look at how much the promoters already get crap for favorism and friends, allowing cheated friends in and things like that. Like, the thing is if you have the ability to check these cars, if you're drilling frames or checking frames, I mean, I get that you can't check everybody's frame all the time, but a person who builds derby cars or has built a lot of derby cars in their life is going to know how to check for that. They're going to know what to look for. And that definitely helps out. My dad used to buy derby cars for a case of beer and drive around the country for a week burning up the full tank of gas they come with. Oh, no, I see it. I mean, I used to watch my dad race stock car, and those were he was racing Mustangs when he was in mini stock. He was racing a 67, 68 Ford Fairlane. He had 2 different ones. with a 350, he blew it up every week, rebuilt it on a very, very tight budget, and was able to rebuild that car and put that car back on the track every weekend. Or, well, yeah, they raced every Friday, so. Buying a derby car and drive it home 4 hours. Chad, I know that Danny bought that one and drove that thing home. That's amazing. And it's exactly the same kind of car, I believe, that I drove in the Grand Rapids Derby. So I'm a little jealous. I really like that thing. It has like a lazy boy in it, so you don't really bounce around a whole lot. At least it don't hurt. Then again, it was pretty slippery, so I've never taken a full track shot and known what that feels like. I'm sure it hurts. That was you. Oh, you bought one too and drove it 4 hours? Jesus. Well, that was like Bailey. We were talking to Bailey Belfi in that garage interview, and I don't know who's all seen it and who hasn't seen it, but he flew all the way out to California, got in with his dad, got in this Imperial, and then they drove it all the way back here from California, not knowing if the car was even going to make it. They just knew that they were is it Chrysler Imperial? Anyway, they were the mechanics for that. Like, they knew what all of them had to do, or well, how the cars ran, keep it running, things like that. And obviously back then those cars were a lot more simple than they are now, so you're not dealing with that. Josh, our drivers all drive hard, set the pace, and hold turn to your standards. Kick people out for bagging, and team driving set a standard. Yeah, no, I agree. I seen. It's hard to really. They got to be really obvious for team driving to really get booted, though, because there's always a couple guys, 2, 3, 4 guys, that are friends that they don't tend to hit a lot, and there ain't much anybody can really do about it. It's really hard to, as long as they're hitting each other and making an attempt to make it look decent. Cody, I really wanted Bailey to film that whole trip as a documentary. I agree. That would have been amazing. That would have been awesome to see. I would have filmed it if I would have had time to do something like that. So, if you're looking for merchandise, well, I got a break here. If you go to the store off the YouTube site, I believe everything is 20% off right now. So, just I figured I'd throw that in there. There's always a sale going on over there. I don't make much off from it. I just try to get some merchandise out there. But that's where I got this hoodie. Actually, it's a pretty nice hoodie. It fits. I don't like the screen printing, but if you know anything about screen printing, it can get banged up pretty fast if you wash it a lot, not the correct way. But we got hats, cups, water bottles. I think there's even tote bags over there. I'll be working on some new designs for stuff to go up here pretty soon. Yeah, and you do know who will be working together. I mean, I've seen 3 family members out there, and it gets down to the point where it's the 3-on-1, and they're like, I've seen where the 3-on-1, where the 3 have kicked the crap out of the one guy, but I've also seen the 3 make an attempt to not hit the one guy, unless he really rattles their cage or something like that. But most, like the Beckers from the Full Arena shows, I'm going to say, their family, they got the same last name on their cars right out in front of everybody, and they usually make a pretty good attempt to not pick on one guy if they got 2 or 3 guys. But I've been places like, and that was at the cleanup show last year. There was 2 vans, and they were not hitting each other, painted the same color, everything. And Josh ended up breaking a stick with 3 warnings, and making them break their stick and be done right there on the spot. It's really a hard call. I mean, honestly, I am happy I'm not a promoter. I can scream and yell and jump up and down from the sidelines all day long and be the biggest pain in somebody's butt, and it ain't gonna matter, because if I was put in the same situation, guess what? I don't know when to call, and so I just kind of stay away from it. Yeah, I've had people literally say they will never hit their friends till it comes down to the end. I've been told, let whatever happens on the track happen. This is an entertainment business. I know I've seen groups go after each other out there. Detroit Lakes, I've seen on the tracks multiple promoters where groups have they really want to go after each other. I would love to say the names, but I'm just going to leave it up to speculation at this point. But I've also seen said groups, they'll go after each other, and once one of the groups is wiped out, they don't even really touch anybody else on the track because the other guys are just there to derby and they're not team driving. And once one of the other groups is wiped out, then one side of the winning side will split up into their 2-3 guys that are left, and they'll just go out and wail on each other and on everybody else. And I mean, they'll take a friggin' half track to full track shot on their friend if it's there and available. They do. I know Josh yells at people. He got mad at me the one time I came down. Were you sandbagging or were you team driving? I've seen Josh yell at a lot of people. Josh has yelled at me. I was being very disrespectful. Not intentionally, but I was. And I got my rear end chewed. I won't do it again. And he'll laugh about that because he knows. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that because no matter how I say that, I'm going to get, I'll probably get a three-day ban. I think that's next on the list. I just took a 24-hour the other day for saying morning effort in the, I bet Josh says both. Whoa, I just had something disappear off my screen. That's crazy. Dwayne's disappeared off my screen. It's not here. It's there though. Uh-oh. Did you get in trouble for saying that, Dwayne? You never know. He will say driving, but he's a bagger. I think I've seen everybody at some point in time be a bagger, and I've seen people be... Oh, they made you delete it? That is terrible. That is terrible. As I say, I didn't get a warning, but usually it'll warn me before it takes anything off any of my posts. So, there is some big announcements coming. I know there's quite a few on here right now, and it's probably best to... guys that tend to follow me a lot or tend to watch videos and things like that, I can't really discuss everything yet because nothing's in stone, but everything that we're doing is going to benefit everybody who's running along with us. If that makes any sense. There is possibilities of things, maybe not. Maybe they don't work out, but if everything works out with the plans that are in motion, I want to be able to hoist you guys up in the nation and show everybody, hey, look what we got here. Look who comes to these shows. And look what kind of driving they do. I still think, I mean, I'm going to always say it. I know, Cody, you're from North Dakota. I'm biased. I've seen people from every state put on a good show. But a lot of these Minnesota shows I've seen some pretty hard driving, and I see a lot more of them than everywhere else, obviously, but I'm going to have to stick true to my Minnesota guys until everybody can come prove me wrong. I mean, feel free. Come put a show on. Shut your mouth. We got all kinds of stuff going on here. We got some Dwayne Shushes over here. But you guys put so much time and so much effort into these cars. I never understood. I didn't even know why it was important to build everyone we're building as a team. Benefit everyone we're building as a team. I completely agree with that. But I never understood a lot of things. Like I liked filming. That's why I filmed. I never understood why everybody else liked watching my footage or watching my videos, even though they're low quality. But it comes down to the fact is, when you're in the car, you don't remember most of the run because you're so focused on trying to make the hit. So being able to go back and watch that's pretty important because you ain't going to remember at least most of it. But I've never actually sat down and built a limited weld or even a stock class for that matter. I mean, I've built enduro cars. The amount of time and the money and the parts that you guys buy is crazy. But to me, I feel you guys should be knowing better. like, look at what we got. If people want to come challenge that, come challenge. But I don't think, I'm proud of every single person that builds a car and goes out there. They're doing a lot more than, you guys are like the 3% of all these sports that you guys go out and do this. Most people who have money just are able to pay people. Well, even paying for a car to be built is crazy expensive. But hey, I came originally from racing. So, like with Soda, I know those guys put a lot of money in their car. I watched Josh walk over to a late model, look at the motor the other day, and go, "Well, we run LSs in ours too," And they were talking about horsepower, and I think Josh said that the LSs tend to. I don't even know what you were talking about, Cody. Are you telling me to shut my mouth? Yeah, I see, Sean. I second that. I don't know if he was saying that the Derby guys tend to run more horsepower than late models do. Late models are crazy, right? But you guys have forward and reverse. And very rarely do I ever hear about shifting into second gear. I do hear people talking about it once in a while, but it's quite the hit in second gear. That would hurt. But I guess with that, we just want to keep moving forward and keep trying to do new stuff. I've been reaching out to a lot of companies. I know you guys have probably seen some posts, and if you haven't, like Jacqueline out of North Dakota, she, I hope she'll be taking pictures with me out there. It's not for me; it's with me. I like to work side by side, keep her moving. Work side by side with these people. I got Hunter. He's got his own LLC. He comes and works with me, but he's got different equipment to do the things he does. He gets to practice his business. He gets good footage. When I have a situation where I can't get to a show or I absolutely need him, I will pay for him to be there. And I will, if I can reach out, if there's other people out there that run cameras, or in the future I may be having to contract out with people in order to cover more shows. That means finding a second or a third group, whether it be I supply equipment and pay per show that you guys go to, and be able to do more than one show at a time. I definitely would like to cover a lot more than I do, and not just, I would like to start traveling around, try to get the word out with people about the shows we have here in Minnesota. I think they're absolutely amazing. There's a letter. Let's see, the big thing is no try and not take these things so seriously. These promoters have to deal with so much stuff in the background, then can get on edge on the day. Oh yeah, no, I definitely have seen many promoters get very on edge on those days, especially with a lot of the pretending to be dumb when the people, they're not. That they know. Drivers also can overreact with calls made, that they do. I've seen that. We all just need to remember that everyone on edge and can get emotional. End of the day, just need to shrug it off with no point staying mad. Life is too short to be angry forever over a call on the track. I completely agree. It's something Josh says all the time. But at the end of the day, does it really matter? I personally don't really get mad at people unless they personally attack me. I understand. I should probably just get over that, but not very many people do that. Having a discussion with me, telling me don't like something, hashing out conversations on both sides of an argument, I can do that just fine. But to personally reach out and try to shame or slam everything that I've been working for, or me personally, that will get a cold shoulder from me. I will not deal with that. I've worked too hard doing this stuff to deal with that drama. It's not worth my time. It's easier to walk away, and that's what I've been doing. Sorry for bad texting. Had a few drinks tonight. I don't know what that's like. I don't drink. I have in the past, but I don't drink no more. But I suppose with that, guys, just remember, I'm gonna head out here and end this. We are at an hour and 18 minutes, and that's long enough for tonight. Next week we'll be bringing somebody else on. It's a surprise. I'll announce it later in the week. But yeah, don't let somebody live in your head rent free. I did, and it sucked. I get yelled at. It makes me giggle. I understand I'm not perfect, but we do our best. You guys do, and that's all you can do. That's all I do. Try to do my best. Sometimes it ain't enough. But just remember, at the end of the day, guys, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can talk like adults. Yeah, you're cutting into my daughter's cartoons. I'm cutting into editing time. At the end of the day, oh yeah, and yes, I was telling you to shut your mouth about Minnesota being better than North Dakota. You guys got to show me. Come here and wreck these Minnesota boys, and you show me. Your rent is due, bro. Am I living in your head rent free or what? Love y'all. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I mean, none of it matters. You'll go to bed. If you get depressed or down, reach out and talk to somebody. There's people that have been where you are, where you're gonna be. Pull your bootstraps up, man. Tie your shoes tight. Start marching forward one step at a time. That's all you can do. I mean, even with high octane, I have the ability to do a lot more than I'm doing, but I don't want to overreach what I'm doing and screw it all up. So I'm taking baby steps, and every show you'll notice things will be changing a little bit more and a little bit more. I've been working on graphics for my lives, so I don't have those stupid ugly blocks with letters in them. It should be starting to be pretty nice text, and that'll be a lot more manageable, I do believe. Actually, I can show you what some of this looks like. I gotta still fix this one, but with red. I'm not deleting anything. What are you doing? This thing's getting crazy on me. But I got overlays, for flags. This probably won't be it, but that's the idea. I got a ton of stuff in here. I don't know why it keeps trying to delete stuff. I'm not trying to delete anything. Oh, there it goes. It's because I had it plugged in. It was acting up. But I mean, there's tons of graphics that I've been working on for different shows. And those are obviously full arena ones with those colors. There's one for, I don't even know. Oh, that's just for fun. So just for fun, the WFOs obviously are going to be colored to the promoters' preferred colors or of their logos. There's a lot more stuff I'm working on to make the overlays look much better. I need a big sticker for the Blizzard Bash car this fall. Cody, I will get you that big sticker. I'll be getting them in April, and I will send you one for your Blizzard Bash car. Or two. If you want one on each side, I'll get you two. Oh, that wasn't the one I meant to click on, but it took me a lot of years to be able to just shrug off. I think it took us all a lot of years. You had to grow. You had to age. You had to go through the best of it, the worst of it, to get to the best of it. Life's much easier when it's better than worse. Yeah, and I'll get you two stickers for your Blizzard Bash car. If you want to throw them on for Blizzard Bash, that's awesome. And Josh, my phone's always on if anybody needs to talk, not such what sleep is. What? My phone always on. Is always on if anyone needs to talk, not such. I'm guessing you just said you don't know what sleep is. Josh is always driving. He's always driving truck. Unless he gets shut down for 10 hours by DOT or something. But yeah, if you ever just want to BS, if you need somebody to BS with, and if you're going through a rough time, or depression is a hard one, and what's up, Scott? And Josh, not sure what sleep is. It's always better to reach out. Think about it, man. There's a lot of people in this world that at your you get to that point where you feel like nothing's ever going anywhere. Like you think your life's not going anywhere. You think it's never going to get better, but it always gets better. It's always going to get better if you make it better. One foot in front of the other, always trying to travel forward. Don't always want to go back, and sometimes you're trudging through the worst mud in the world. It's a lot easier when you got a friend to stick a hand out and pull you through it, though. And I know not everybody's got that, but there's always somebody here who's willing to listen. Whether it be, I mean, call me and talk to me if you're having a bad time. I would prefer to see you tomorrow than to have to read about it tomorrow. Josh, same way. and Dwayne is too. If you need to talk to somebody, get a hold of Dwayne. Dwayne knows, he goes through rough times with his health last year, and he keeps me mentally sane. So I mean, it's I'd probably have lost my crap a long time ago if I didn't have this network of people to talk to. It gets stressful in the summertime. I mean, I maybe sleep 3 to 4 hours a night, maybe, and I get pretty down and tired. But one of the best things I ever heard the other day was, if you feel like nobody likes you, go to sleep. If you don't like it, or no, if you feel like everybody don't like you, eat. If you feel like you don't like anybody in the world, go to sleep. And if you feel like you can't, if you don't like yourself, if you don't love yourself, take a shower. I heard that the other day, and I couldn't believe it. That was probably the best thing I'd ever heard, because it's true. And there was more to it, but Cody, I don't think I'll ever get that old. Oh, I thought that at one point in time too, Cody. It happens. I'm rounding the edge to 40 here a couple months. And Josh, Snapchat's on as well. Yeah. I couldn't be the guy I'm without the people I know. You all know me too. My phone always works. I mean, I know we're through the major of the holidays, but we're getting into spring, and it seems like spring something crazy happens for people. I don't know if it's the hormones or we're getting back into it. There's always people that make bad choices, and they don't make those choices because of you. They make those choices because of them. And if you get down, just reach out to somebody. There's a lot of us that'll sit and listen, and we genuinely care about people around us. So don't forget to do that. But I suppose I'm dragging this out, guys. You guys keep me going. You keep talking. Shh. All right. Well, I'm going to get off here. Thank you guys for coming on tonight. We were here an hour and a half of talking about nothing, and we're still at 11 people. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you guys again for coming on. Hormones. That's what it is. Hormones. But remember, guys, you have a good night, and it's all about